We've put across on our screens what really are the major differences between Chandrayaan 2 and 3. I'm going to take the help of our experts who we have with us on the broadcast. Let me begin with Dr. S.R. Chakravarti. Dr. Chakravarti, thank you so much for taking our time to speak to NewsX on this important day, sir. We're just discussing quickly the differences between Chandrayaan 2 and 3. Right, sir. So the differences between Chandrayaan 2 and 3, as far as what's on board, Dr. Chakravarti, in Chandrayaan 2, it's, as per our research, both of them had the Vikram lander and the Pragyan rover. But Chandrayaan 2, as per our research, had an orbiter, which does not now exist in Chandrayaan 3.
No, it does. So there is a payload in the orbiter as well. So the orbiter is actually the one that orbits around the moon, and from there the lander departs with the rover, and the lander and the rover will land on the lunar surface, and from there the rover would actually roll out. And what they have done is to actually position payloads in every one of these: the orbiter, the lander, and the rover. So I think in all about something like about 11 payloads have been put over there. I think the list is there and a lot of details are there. So I think one thing that is clearly the difference here is the kind of payloads that have been added when compared to what it is. The second thing is I think everybody is looking forward to hey, is this going to actually again succeed or not? I think
yes, and on that note, Dr. Chakravarti, Chandrayaan 2 had one avoidance camera and lander hazard detection, whereas Chandrayaan 3, we've been told, is equipped with 2 avoidance cameras and lander hazard detection equipment. What's the role that this sort of equipment plays, sir?
So in the case of Chandrayaan 2, they had the problem that the engines that were used for the landing had an asymmetric firing, and therefore there was a side slip while it was actually supposed to land vertically. And it was sort of like as you're trying to land, you're still moving forward, and therefore the whole thing toppled. And when the topple happened, the communication module was actually buried or facing, was starting to face the land and away from Earth, and therefore we actually had a communication blackout. So what we are trying to do here is to actually have these avoidance cameras, 2 of them, so that we will make sure that there is a redundancy in terms of 2 directions in which this can look for avoidance of obstacles, as well as on the communication side. And more importantly, in my opinion, they've also actually increased the capacity of the engines to make sure that we will not have any underperformance of any of the engines. That's I think probably the most crucial one. And lastly, to add to what all these things, they have done rehearsals by dropping the lander from a helicopter onto lunar-like surfaces that have been recreated on Earth.
Okay. So, and when we talk about landing velocity, sir, as per research, it also says that Chandrayaan 2 was 3 meters per second, but Chandrayaan 3 is 2 meters per second, and there are also now stronger legs on the Vikram lander. How does this 1 meter per second difference really work out?
Correct. I think it's all about actually trying to do as gentle a landing as possible, because as I said in the just now, when Chandrayaan 2 the 2's lander was actually landing, it also actually had a side drift, and when velocities are high, you actually have a hard landing situation, and they topple. That's what was happening back then. And here we are actually trying to now increase the capacity of these engines so that the thrust is higher, so it can actually try to beat the lunar gravity a bit better, and therefore get the velocity to come down quite a bit, so that it can be a much softer landing. That's what they are doing.
Absolutely. And as far as area of landing is concerned, once again, there's another difference. Chandrayaan 2 was apparently just 500 meters by 500 meters, the exact area of landing that was marked out. But for Chandrayaan 3, it's apparently 4 kilometers into 2.5 kilometers, also with additional solar panels.
I think there's been a lot of research that's gone on to where we want to land, what is the kind of topology of the place, and how flat it could get for a much larger area, so that the uncertainties about the landing can be decreased significantly in this case. And all of these things should actually add up to making sure it's going to be a success.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.